investigate, they're going to find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Andrew's spoiled, Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're going to find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's it up from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.
Conformity has produced some of the darkest but most important historical lessons. People throughout time have wanted to see themselves as autonomous individuals, but the workings of power have consistently proved us wrong. Conformity, though, is not always something dangerous, but rather something inevitable and malleable. An individual who states that they never conform might be the most conformist of us all. So can conformity ever be a good thing? Or is it always something we should fight against? Does a knowledge of how conformity works alleviate some of its consequences? Where does conformity come from, and why is it so pervasive? And is it ever possible to be a true individual within a mass society? To help me answer some of these questions, I'm joined by Charlie Milner, who conforms to the idea that our education system is failing us. Charlie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Charlie, would you consider yourself a conformist?
I sometimes worry that I don't really have any opinions.
Aw, yeah, you do.
Well, I have opinions about, like, I'm thirsty.
Yeah,
Or-
I don't think that's an opinion. It's like saying I have an opinion that I'm pregnant right now. It's not really.
Well, I think I'm pregnant.
That wasn't
I missed my water.
That wasn't an announcement.
I've missed my morning. I've thrown up.
I've missed my morning water. Is that what, when you wake up?
Unless I'm pregnant and thirsty.
You wake up from bed and you're thirsty. I've missed my morning water.
And we must go to the infirmary.
The infirmary. The infirmary. The baby is due. My morning water has not been passed. To the infirmary. Where are you living?
I live near the infirmary.
In a 15th century workhouse.
Yes.
I've missed my morning water. Hark to the infirmary. What are you talking about when you've missed your morning water? That means you're thirsty.
That means I'm thirsty.
So
I like to have water in the morning. It sets me up for the day.
So your opinions are mostly based around basic bodily functions.
Like it's more about kind of opinions of the kind such as
Thank you.
the Earth being flat,
Right.
or made out of. I don't think the Earth's flat. I think it's round, but only because everyone's telling me it's round.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
how else can you know?
Well, how else can I know? I've not been.
Well, you at some stage we will have to trust someone.
Yeah. Well, I've struggled.
Unless
with
you go up there and see it for yourself.
if everybody told me that the Earth was made by hand, no, the moon was made by hand.
Yeah.
I
By
would.
hand.
If
Or like man-made.
and there was real proof that, I mean, obviously it would take me a while to get my head around that, but if there was a kind of detailed PDF and a lot of proof and a few videos which really showed, like, fuck, they actually made it by.
Human-made.
They've got it up there somehow.
Yeah, man-made. Not made by hand confuses it a
man-made
bit. Yeah.
A man-made
It's not
moon.
like a really skilled individual carpenter is making it. It's like humans have made it.
No, we've made it as a kind of
Yeah.
like a kind of ant colony.
Yeah, the moon is an ant colony.
Yeah. If they told me that,
Yeah,
you
who's
know,
they?
that's the government and the sort of
government.
civil service.
Yep. So the drones within the government.
Yeah, if it was a nationwide drive to convince me that the moon was made by hand, and everyone else believed it,
By hand, still go on.
I would have no real reason to not believe it. There'd be some people that'd be like, "That's bollocks. No way is it made by hand." I'm free thinkers, and I'm concerned that maybe I'm not much of a free thinker, other than the kind of basic levels of I think I'm sad. I think I'm sad, or I'm thirsty.
In a way, you are free thinking and you are critically thinking, because you go, well, how can I ever be? You can never be sure that the moon hasn't been made by.
You need to believe someone.
Yeah, you got to believe experts. It's who you put your faith. Which experts you put your faith in?
The majority of them.
The majority of them. Yeah. Well, it's like
quality.
It's like climate change denial.
That's a good example. If the tide turned on climate change denial and everyone started saying climate change is a hoax.
But when you say, I think the critical aspect is you've got to think about who's saying it.
All of my close friends and parents, and
I would go more for like scientists and experts rather than my dad. And Pete from the pub.
Yeah, like if I trusted a lot of people and the tide started turning on that, I'd probably follow that crowd.
Yeah, I think. But
so I'm concerned that there's a lack of kind of is that normal?
I think it is, and I think people pretend that it isn't.
Yeah, because it's cool to...
There's so many things in this world that it's impossible to genuinely know for sure. To know for sure. Like, we're talking about things like foreign conflicts that are going on. We get a good amount of videos on the ground, and that's a bit of factual information that we can digest.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're basing it off what people are saying on the news and what significant figures are saying. in places, and you've got to choose who to trust in a way, or what you think about what's going on.
Yeah.
There's obviously some facts we can access, but they're actually not that easily accessible.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why what? Why aren't facts easily accessible?
Yeah, has that always been the case? Or is it
No, because we're in a
thing?
globalized world where we've got fucking stuff happening everywhere, and that we're expected to know in some ways and care.
And everyone's saying different things.
Yeah. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare in many, many, many ways. I feel that pretty similar for many things. I go, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think because I can't know anything for sure. But at some point,
you got to put your eggs in a basket.
You've got to put your eggs in a basket. You've got to dip your toe in a certain pool.
Yeah.
Dive into a certain pool. Swim,
you have
Charlie.
to go to the infirmary. You're heavily pregnant.
Yes, your morning water is past. No, I agree. There's lots of things where I go, hold on, I don't know what to think. I don't know exactly what I should be thinking here. What's the right thing? What's the wrong thing?
Yeah.
It's tough because a lot of these things, because there's different things like, what's going on in Ukraine versus is the moon made by hand? They're slightly different.
I'm kind of more referring to the latter, where it's like an absolutely mad fact. If it is completely absurd narrative.
Like the pyramids were built by aliens. You're kind of more...
Fine. That sort of level. Where it's something absolutely bonkers, where it's just a binary fact.
Yeah.
The aliens did it. Ants have made the moon. Just like something completely fucked.
Yeah.
And if everyone... Like, obviously, it sounds mad to say, I believe
Ants
that.
have made the moon.
But if everyone believed it,
yeah,
I'd probably believe it.
Probably believe it. Well, that's everyone would as well.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would.
Okay, look. Let's get tasty.
Yeah.
Nazis. World War II. You live in Germany in the 40s.
Yes.
It's a horrible idea, but you're there.
I'm there.
Your name is Klaus.
Yes. Second name, Wunderbar.
Klaus Wunderbar. Klaus the Wonderful.
Yes.
And you live in Germany.
What's my job? Am I some sort of circus
you work
performer?
in a fudge sweet shop.
Very whimsical man. Klaus Wunderbar, who works in the fudge shop.
Love it.
Oh, come and get your fudge,
You
children.
love it.
It's not a pedo thing.
No, it's not. He's just passionate about...
He's passionate about fudge.
and
And
the
the majority
community.
of people... It's just a shame that the majority of his clientele are children because who eat the most fudge?
Or nonces.
It's children. Or nonces trying to get in children.
Which Klaus has a massive problem
via
with.
various fudge traps, I imagine, such as the game... What's that mouse game where you've got a trap? Mouse trap, for example.
But it's fudge. And Klaus is having a nice normal time in his shop, but then all of a sudden, the Nazis take power.
Yep.
You're Klaus. Are you going to become a Nazi?
Well, would we have been Nazis?
Now, I can't say for sure that I wouldn't have.
None of us can take... Anyone that says definitely no...
I think judging by how much of a pussy I am, I think judging by like how much I struggle to sort of form my own opinions on anything other than like water, who the fuck is to say?
Yeah. No, anyone that says they definitely wouldn't have is like, doesn't know.
Yeah.
The answer...
Anyone who says they definitely wouldn't is insecure and should admit the fact they might have been a Nazi.
Just say you might have been a Nazi.
Doesn't mean you're a Nazi.
It's not
We're not
condoning
calling you
it now.
Nazis. You're just saying you have the capacity for
Like-
following the herd.
Hey, the majority were Nazis. Therefore, like...
How
probably
dare you
would've-
say you weren't? You wouldn't be.
Probably would have been. We probably would have been Nazis.
I love the idea that I wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But it might have taken me being with some like fucking amazing girlfriend who was like, this is fucked. And I'll be like, yeah, actually, you know what? This is fucked.
Yeah.
If I'm just like with my, I don't know, either alone or with my kind of dad,
Yeah, Dad coming up a lot again.
who's to say there would have to be something that would trigger me not to be. I don't know if I would have immediately been like, do I have the freedom of thought to completely dismiss the herd?
But you can't even imagine what your thoughts would have been during that time. The amount of propaganda that's going on, for instance, Jews are a subhuman race. That's going to be going into your mind. That's going to be what you would have been taught.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine. You can't imagine what thoughts... You can imagine what thoughts you have now based on your past experiences and what you've been told and how you've engaged with those thoughts. But try and take that to a different historical context. It's impossible. You have no idea what guy you would have been.
Yeah.
Even by being Klaus Wunderbar, head of a fudge shop in Nazi Germany, I would be a very different man than I am now.
You're Klaus Kerwin.
I'm Klaus Kerwin. Klaus the Wunderbar Kerwin.
Klaus the wonderful Kerwin.
Yeah, and his Wunderbar fudge shop.
Would you have been a Nazi?
Yeah, I think... Look,
Maybe.
I think that, the majority were.
And I would burn in hell for 1 million years for that.
Yeah. But what are we doing now, History's written by the victors.
What are we doing now?
What are we doing now, Charlie? What's going on now?
Well, we're doing an episode about conformity.
Yeah, we are. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I imagine... we probably would have been. And that's a lesson for conformity for all of us.
Therefore...
But it was interesting with, like...
Therefore, why wouldn't I believe fucking anything that's told to me?
Yeah. You would have been like in the Hitler Youth. You would have dabbled in it and then,
Had a breakdown and hopefully left.
You wouldn't have had a breakdown.
I think I'd have had a breakdown on the left.
You would have been confused. I think we all would have been confused. We both would have been confused.
Look, this is really fucked.
This is a bit confusing, is our main point.
Yeah, why are we doing this again?
It's like this mass kind of psychosis, what's going on.
Are we the baddies?
But it's interesting with, I think, more factual stuff rather than moral stuff in terms of having an opinion or believing something. Like the
they're different things, aren't they?
Round Earth thing. Because what percentage do you believe that the Earth is round?
Me?
No, the person sitting behind you. The third man.
He thinks it's 100%
the third man on this podcast.
round.
And Charlie?
I think it's round.
100%.
Yeah.
But how have you gone from that what you just said to I think it's 100% round?
Because everyone's saying it.
But then we've just gone from everyone saying that Jews are awful, and then you believe that.
That's what I'm saying. I probably would have been a Nazi.
No, but now, yeah, but now, knowing that and thinking that,
yeah,
it's 100%. It's 100%.
It's definitely round, man.
There's zero doubt.
No.
Okay, but then that's what I don't. Then you should believe more facts 100%.
I do, because everyone's telling me.
But you're saying you don't have any opinions.
No, I don't. I don't have any opinions of my own. I'm inheriting these facts because they're saying it.
Yeah.
But
then if someone's saying it, if you're just getting it from someone saying it, surely it shouldn't be 100%. If you're getting it from someone saying it, rather than you having seen it, surely it shouldn't be 100% at that point. Maybe 99.9.
No, I'm 100% sure that the Earth is round.
100. Yeah, okay. Well, that's...
Why does that not make sense to you?
Because...
It's not an opinion. No, but like...
But in a way it is.
No, because I'm 100% sure that people have told me.
That's not the same thing. I'm 100. Yeah, you can be 100% sure that someone's told you. Brilliant. You can, because that. Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
What are you then in terms of
99?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you're a
99. That's what always happens when I talk about this stuff on podcasts. I'm a flat Earth freak. I'm 99. Some sort of conspiratorial madman. I'm 99% sure.
I didn't know that.
99% sure. Or what about the that we landed on the moon in 69 or 68? I think it was 69.
That one I'm less sure on.
Oh, that one. There's more of.
I'm going 90 on that one.
90? That's quite low. Okay, yeah. Why?
The whole thing stinks.
The whole thing reeks, doesn't it? We've gone from let's be honest and open about our emotions and talk about embarrassing stuff.
We'd have been Nazis and the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Great. So, for example,
yes,
David Icke. He's a mass conspiracy theorist, right?
Well, he believes in like cheese. He believes that like wine is made by grapes.
As in like his conspiracy theories. Surely, if you believe in every conspiracy theory, then each one of your conspiracy theory beliefs is weaker because you can't just pick all of them.
Does he have all of them? He's about lizard people, Illuminati,
the Earth. Like there's a lot.
Yeah.
I think he likes a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that surely
weakens the point.
Yeah,
I think that's a good.
I think all of them.
I agree. Because of like
pick a couple.
The probability of one or two of them being true is not that.
He's just been like, no,
low.
This is all bollocks.
Yeah, you're a lizard. This is flat.
Yeah,
that's made of cheese.
Yeah,
and you're actually a boy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I agree.
You can't have all of it.
Some of it, there's.
Wait, should we? I'm sure everyone knows who he is. He's very.
Yeah,
famous.
I did. Yeah, go on. Give him a.
David Icke is a newsreader who lost it.
You've already said that.
And he now believes in like basically every conspiracy theory. I think.
Yeah, it's not far off the kind of Pizzagate-esque kind of theory of.
What the hell is Pizzagate?
Do you know what?
Andrew Cohen. I mean, not
Andrew Cohen. Yeah.
Prince Andrew.
Andrew Cohen. Pizzagate. No, Pizzagate. It's when all those people raided the pizza shop because they were sure that they were keeping they were keeping young kids in there.
And it was complete nonsense.
Yeah. Well, that's like these Reddit theories that have come up, which Trump half didn't deny, essentially, but that all of the elites in Washington and internationally, it's kind of baby eating pedophiles.
Eating.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, that's where you draw the line.
As in what? In terms of like as an activity or as a belief?
Let's answer both of those questions.
It's well over the line as an activity.
Good. That's a banker.
Yep, we don't want to eat babies. And as a belief,
yeah,
I think whoever's made that up should have picked a slightly less ridiculous. You can't just baby eating's like, and then they eat babies. You know, it's like you pick the most mental thing you can possibly think of. Go with like they hate babies.
Well, the thing about these conspiracy theories is because a lot of them were born on Reddit. There's a lot of irony attached to them. It's hard to know exactly.
Is Reddit ironic?
Yeah, one of the most ironic places in the world.
Really?
I'd argue. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's all trolls and, memes.
I don't think
it
trolls
says.
are ironic, are they?
They're not going like, oh yeah, I think so, but not so. It's being a troll is just stoking animosity or controversy.
Okay, so how do we get here?
I don't really know, but we got here, and that's what matters.
That is what matters.
Sometimes it's the journey and the destination. But yeah, conformity, that's an interesting point of conformity, because even on the edges of standard conformity...
Because you'd say they're not the trolls aren't conforming.
But in a way they are, because
they just conform with
because
their
of the
trolls.
culture. Exactly. Like there's very stringent rules in... You have to be controversial, essentially. And in a sense, they're conforming as well. Even non-conformists conform. Yeah,
I mean, I don't think you can ever get to a point... It depends how heavily you restrict the definition of conforming, because you can't be like... You know, if you're a nutter who lives like in a bin in the desert, and there's like two of you,
yeah,
who live in adjacent bins,
yeah, they're not really conformists.
Well, no, because technically,
yeah.
if you really stretch it out, then they're conforming because they're the bin.
They're
desert
both doing
men.
it together. Yeah, yeah. If it's two,
if it's more than one person, the only way you cannot be a conformist is if you're on your own in the bin.
Yeah. In the very pure sense of the definition, you need to be just doing it by yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
Just sat in the pit.
Yeah. So for me, I want to work on
free thinking.
More free thinking.
Is it possible to truly free think? Let's say you want to learn more about
Spanish.
No. Let's say you want to learn more about whether the moon landing's real, right?
Right.
How can you be a truly free thinker on that?
Go up there.
Yeah. So we can't do that. So what else are you going to do? If this is your plan to be a free thinker, how are we going to do it?
Is Buzz Aldrin still about?
Yes, I think, yeah, he is.
Go and find him.
Go and find him. Have a one-on-one conversation with him.
Because there's a guy who keeps sticking it on him in this really annoying way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I'd just be like incredibly vulnerable. Be like, Buzz.
I'm really confused, Buzz.
I'm having a really bad time, and I'm lost on this.
If I don't know if you guys went to the moon or not, I'm going to fucking freak out. So can you please...
Yeah, like this, I'm in a very strange place.
And do you reckon that'll be the time where he goes, fair enough, we didn't,
Listen,
Charlie.
I know this isn't your problem, and I'm sure you get this a lot, and I'm sorry if this is painful.
Yeah.
But I really need to know.
Do you think your vulnerability would be the final straw where he goes, we didn't land on the moon, it was all
I think
fake.
if I played it right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You could be the man. Maybe
so
off
I
camera.
get very good at science. I go and find out, try and approach Buzz Aldrin very vulnerably.
But I think you're touching on a point there as well. By getting very good at science, that's you doing the experiments to find out. I mean, you can't if they did the moon landing.
I'll be honest. I don't think I would. I think I'd just go to find Buzz.
Just go and find Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really
the horse's mouth. But again, your idea about being free thinking, you're like, well, how do you do it? You have to look stuff up, and when you're looking stuff up, you're reading what other people have said.
Yeah, so you can't really ever be.
Can you ever be a free thinker?
And also, I think the kind of the idea that authenticity and conformity are like opposites, right?
Yeah,
they're not necessarily, because you might be authentically somebody who absolutely loves school uniform and like green peas.
Yeah, you might authentically love rules, and you might authentically love.
That might be you.
You might just happen to love the society you've got in.
Yeah. So conformity, it might just be like a correlation. You know, this guy looks like he conforms a lot to human society, but actually he just loves school uniform.
He just hasn't got that much about him.
Yeah, he's just quite a simple,
he's authentically
straightforward guy.
A straightforward bloke
who loves kind of green peas, roast chicken, fucking...
He likes watching the latest Marvel film.
He loves American Man.
He's a big Captain America guy. He's an American man.
And that might just be him.
He can love all the basic things.
What is the most conformity person that exists? Like, they kind of... semi-detached house in the suburbs.
Yep. They're
an accountant, and they
in
love
the suburbs.
Football, rugby.
They go and watch their local football team. No, that's even kind of weird. They'll support Man United.
Straightest man ever.
They won't be from Manchester, but they'll support Man United. Yeah. They have a roast every Sunday.
That might just be who they are.
They have crisps and sandwiches for lunch, and there's no knock in that.
Yeah. So conformity, just because you look like everyone else, as long as you're being you.
Well, the fashion thing is an interesting one, because that's probably the most stark place that we can find conformity in. And like the biggest thing, just fashion trends and people wearing the similar clothing. Like, we're wearing similar jeans. We're wearing similar jeans.
I left my suitcase in a cafe. That's probably why I'm wearing jeans.
Right. So you're saying the only reason you're wearing something similar to me is because you've left
no other choice.
No other choice. All of my other clothes are in Scotland, which is the only reason that we'd ever look similar.
I left them in a cafe because...
but what's your relationship with fashion and individuality?
I hate it.
I despise it.
No, I love it. I absolutely love fashion.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Are you being sincere?
No. I like wearing colourful stuff within reason. I don't want to like literally turn up looking like fucking a Mawam.
Mawam, because they're like block colour
Well, I
pink.
guess they are. Or one of those like rainbow sweets.
Well,
I don't
that's
want to
that's colourful.
I don't want to turn up looking like a load
like
of
a Welvis
Mawams
original.
smashed together.
But that's what you do look like.
No. Do I?
Lots of colours.
Yeah, but not like all in a kind of fucking haze. I'm wearing 3 colours right now.
Yeah, I know.
3 is not.
But I'm confused
10.
at what you're saying. You want to be colourful.
I don't want it to be chaotic. I want to be colourful within the realms of taste. I'm not making my own clothes. I haven't invented the idea of a t-shirt.
No,
right?
you're damn right.
The only way I could truly not conform is if I invented a new type of garment that went on my head, but it's not a hat. It's kind of a sock.
Yeah.
A sock hat.
A sock hat.
Then I'll be like, right,
It's like a beanie, though,
I'm doing
isn't it,
me.
really?
I'm doing my own thing, but I also look mental.
Yeah.
So I'd have to like.
You can wear a smock.
What's that?
It's like a long
I
thing.
used to have a woolen bib that no one else had, and it was fucking wicked.
A bib.
I had like an adult woolen bib.
Yeah.
Like kind of night adjacent bib.
Yeah.
That was very cool. That's about my most free thinking clobber that I've ever had.
A bib.
A bib.
Yeah.
But one that I wanted because I'm an adult, not a baby bib.
Yeah.
And
It wasn't for mopping up spills that you made.
No.
It was a fashion
I mean, it did
choice.
do that, but
It did. That's just a
not why I
lovely
had
side
it.
part of it.
Yeah, a huge benefit.
magical side part.
But unless you conformity of clobber. Obviously, you express yourself with clothes. I am expressing myself literally as I speak right now. I'm not
So there's a
reinventing the wheel.
conversation, isn't there? I don't want to be too conformist, otherwise I'm boring. But I don't want to be too non-conformist, otherwise I'm too individual.
And I look mad. And I
And
won't
you'll
look
look mad.
good.
Well,
the
there's
reason I'm individual is because no one else is doing it because it looks fucked.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
Conforming is partly just trusting,
Yeah.
like, right, we can do this, and
Yeah.
that's
Well, it's
fine.
just like not getting. I wore a very slightly risque shirt out the other night, and one of my friends said I look
Like
like
Hawaiian?
No, and then one of my friends said I look like an Italian peasant. And I'm just like, mate, I'm just trying to have a nice time. And at the end of the day, risky wardrobe choices are like...
sometimes they backfire.
With my friend group, they backfire all the fucking time. I get so much stick for what I wear.
What the fuck is that?
Honestly, it wasn't even that mad a top. It just didn't have a collar, but wasn't a t-shirt. You know those ones in between, long sleeve.
Wait. Didn't have a collar, but wasn't a t-shirt. Yeah, I don't want that. I've got one of them.
It's pretty normal.
You're like an
I
Italian
say,
peasant.
you're like a fucking Italian peasant. It was just because we were in an Italian restaurant, to be fair to them. But
Well, it's not even imaginative.
But yeah, that's the thing, because I think I've lost my sense of identity in clothing.
You've lost your spark.
I've lost my spark.
Okay, you're trying to get it back
I'm
by
trying to get
dressing
it
like
back.
an Italian peasant.
Peasant. I suppose so. So it's not working. But I think with the... it's going to be quite embarrassing, actually. But I think because we're getting a bit of ad money coming in from Boys Gone Wild. So I think I'm going to assign like £800 for an entirely new wardrobe.
Nice.
I'm just going to buy a new wardrobe. And
Where
be
from?
Like, from a mix of everywhere.
Such as?
Some vintage, just some basic online
Uniqlo?
stuff, some Uniqlo stuff. Mix it up, but find it again.
Nice, because
otherwise
you feel you've lost it.
Well, I just don't buy enough clothes, and I like clothes. I like fashion.
Yeah.
But then it's like you try and do. If you're going to buy a few things, you want they need to be repeatable. And sometimes you don't. You don't feel sometimes
like
I don't feel like taking a risk.
And looking like a poor person from Italy.
Yeah, because sometimes when you feel good in yourself, you're like, fuck yeah, I am going to wear this silly hat. Because I think actually it does look good, and I'm confident enough to go out with this silly hat and say, I look good. Other times you're 50-50 on it, you wear it, and then someone makes one comment, and then you immediately...
Back in a shirt and tie.
You kind of, when you're leaving the house and you see yourself in the reflection, you think, oh yeah, this is working.
Like, hey, I look good
hey,
today.
This is good. And then one of your friends says you look like an Italian peasant.
Hey,
and then,
I'm looking so nice tonight.
what the hell? You want some stew?
And then immediately...
And then they say that and you're like, I look ridiculous. And like, everything's backfired and this is awful. Why did I ever try and be any way different? Just wear a t-shirt, you stupid cunt. That's what happens for me. Yeah, I mean, I got a haircut the other day and no one noticed, and I felt very bleak about that.
I think I noticed.
You were the only one who noticed.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Out of all my friends, I went there and I really thought, what's worse?
Ooh.
A negative comment or none? And I said, I think none.
None is worse.
None, because it means you're irrelevant.
They don't even notice me.
It's nothing. You're just a blur to me. You're some sort of non-existent ghost
Giacomo.
that exists. You're Giacomo. You're the Giacomo man. You could come in here with you could wear anything or look like anything, and I wouldn't fundamentally notice because I don't see you as an aesthetic being.
Yeah.
You're just some sort of massive dust that accumulates and walks around. Oh, that big. Oh, is the accumulation of dust coming out tonight? Oh, I'm not sure. What do you reckon he'll be wearing? Probably the accumulation of dust. Doesn't matter anyway, does it? Because he's just an accumulation of dust.
Exactly.
Because as well, I think at the moment, trying to look a bit ugly is kind of cool.
In what way?
I have a feeling if I wore, those Top Man shirts with the different coloured collars that we used to have. Do you remember with the buttons?
The boob tops.
Kind of.
Yeah,
lower
I used to have them, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone our age used to have them.
If you brought that back.
If you brought that back with a beanie and some like the black and white Vans, the checkered things, I think people would be like, that's fucking...
Is that ugly?
Yes.
I mean, it is bad, isn't it?
As in, like, that would be the worst thing that you could probably wear at the moment.
Yeah.
Is that. But then the worst thing is kind of the best thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Am I crazy?
No, you're not.
But it makes sense. But that's because you're taking a risk. And then
So we should all get more fugly.
Well, I don't think necessarily.
I mean, it kind of, in terms of the nudist thing.
Yeah. Oh, we're linking topics.
Would you say that the nudists are kind of, they're obviously non-conformists. What would be a non-conformist within the nudist
I think the nudists
community?
are non-conformists.
Well, if you're in the nudists.
Right, so we're talking within nudists, they'll be wearing clothes.
True.
Not in the world, in society, nudists and non-conformists, because not many people are walking around
And then
naked.
there's a few nudists within the nudist community that are like,
And arguably, they're not nudists anymore.
I'm not going to follow, I'm not a sheep. I'm not a sheep.
I'm not a sheep. I'm going to wear clothes.
I'm going to put my jumper on.
And then they're in this, it's an interesting point, because then they're in this perpetual cycle of trying to be non-conformist, but ending up always being conformist.
It never ends.
It never ends, because then they'll put, I'm not going to be conformist anymore. I'm going to think
They're
for
just permanently getting
going to think for
changed.
myself. I'm going to put some pants on, and then they come back into into normal society, and then they go, I'm going to be non-conformist. I'm going to.
Yeah.
So can we ever be a true individual?
I think we can.
Yeah.
I think everybody is ultimately distinct, but there's very boring versions of that in almost all cases.
But does boring doesn't necessarily mean not individual, as we discussed
I mean,
earlier.
we're all different, but it's not particularly interesting in any case.
Yeah,
more or less.
It's true. We're all basically
different,
the same.
but we're the same sort of mouldy
versions of different.
We're just like different bottles of milk.
Yeah.
We're the same.
Because when we think about it, if we were to zoom out and we're like, oh, that person's so different because he's wearing a different kind of hat to the rest of us,
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Obviously, he's
I
different.
thought I was different when I was younger, when we did like year 6 discos and stuff. My sample piece, the thing that would stand me out from the crowd and make me a different person with a free thinking, was I used to wear a trilby hat to go.
Trilby hat. Oh, one of those cowboy hats.
I always get confused what a trilby is, to be honest, but a bit like, noir detectives.
Yes. Like a fedora.
Yeah, kind of, but not wide-rimmed, short-rimmed, and then you'd wear it slightly tilted. And I'd go in and go, I am different. Look at me. I've got a black trilby hat on. And it became quite iconic around our school because I'd wear that all the time. But that's also one of the problems is now it's a constant source of embarrassment.
But the fact that you wore a trilby.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about fashion. If you're a bold dresser...
Sounds like you're kind of fucking it, to be honest, because you're wearing Italian peasant gear and kind of fedoras.
It does sound like I'm fucking it, doesn't it?
I think you should consult your woman when you do your shopping.
I will. I resent that. At the same
all I
time.
have to go on is
Absolutely.
fedora and...
You don't. That's not all you have to go on.
No, this as well.
Yeah, this as well.
I'm joking.
Brilliant. I told you I've lost my spark, and now you're just pointing at me and going, well, this won't do.
Fucked,
well,
man.
this won't do. As I say, I was wearing trilbies and fun shirts when I was younger. And then I got to a point at uni where I was a bit like, this is all silly. It's silly to try and like stamp my own individuality in dressing. It's just dressing. Essentially, it's meaningless. And the kind of meaningless of the clothes, I kind of rejected it, which I think where I am now is I'm starting to get out of that rejection of it. Because now I'm like, actually, I do like looking individual. I do like looking a bit different and fun or whatever, and good, maybe. But there was a period of time where I was like, looking good is stupid.
I'm going to look bad for a bit.
Kind of.
I guess you haven't looked back.
No, I don't. It was not caring. Because, like, in a way, surely it is nonsense to care about how you look. Isn't that what we're taught? Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I guess so. But then also, on some level, you'll end up just looking like the fucking...
Not on some level.
Gruffalo.
It's exactly what it is.
On every level, you'll end up looking like the Gruffalo. If you take that to the furthest point you can.
But am I accepting an imperfect society and putting it within me by caring about what I look like?
I think you can care... I mean, it depends what you want from life. Do you want to just be alone? Do you want to just... If you really don't care,
But I'm not alone.
Do you want love?
But yeah.
But if you don't...
Well, no, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
As in, you don't want to... Definitely, you can take it too far with trying to constantly pout and preen. But you must also...
Or scout and swoon.
Or sween. Or swoon.
Sween or swoon, that's
You can't... You can do that, but then also... And there's a dangerous point where you just kind of, you become this vacuous non-person who only cares what they look.
Like a jelly.
You can become a jellyfish. Or if you go the other way, you end up sort of man in the woods with incredibly long beard and smelly.
So it's either jelly or smelly.
It's jelly or smelly.
Yeah.
So
what? Right.
I choose somewhere in the middle.
So jelly is the vacuous one,
and smelly
is the.
Jelly is if you care too much about what you look like, and smelly is if you don't care at all what you look like.
Yeah.
And actually, I think the answer, as with many things in
This
life,
is in between.
Is in the middle.
I hate that this is podcast. It's like, well, it shows that neither of us got any opinions.
We've got no opinions.
Because it's probably somewhere in the middle, isn't it?
But we can't know.
But we can never know.
We never know because we don't have any views.
That's kind of what a lot of these episodes have ended up with. And we've already managed to get there.
But it's much better that we say that and admit that than be fucking ramming it down people's throats that,
surely
everyone's eating babies.
Well, that's an interesting thing. Even on a podcast, do you feel like we should like have more takes on things?
We got some takes. Smelly or jelly?
Smelly or jelly? Yeah, but like passionate opinion and passionate.
Yeah,
I think this. Whereas we go into infinite regression and fear and sadness because we don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
it's funny that we're the ones with mics. And we're going, well, I don't know what's fucking happening.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I see that as a sense of...
But that's our opinion. Our opinion is that we don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's actually...
That's our take.
That's a good opinion.
Our hot take is that we got no fucking idea what's going on.
Our hot take is we don't know what the fuck is going on.
The ants might have made the moon.
Well, the ants could have done it. There is a point for both of our lives where we could have been Nazis who believed that ants made the moon.
Right, and it could still happen.
And it could still happen. It depends what happens in the discourse soon.
I mean, fact-wise, I know absolutely fuck all.
But you're
As in, I don't know anything about science.
Yeah.
I definitely don't understand climate change.
Yeah.
And I would never have figured out...
So, we went to the pub the other day. We met these two ladies, and me and one of them spent about half an hour trying to explain the Doppler effect to Charlie.
Yeah, I would never, ever have figured out the Doppler effect. I would never have ever figured out the Doppler effect if it was just down to me.
You're not expected to come up with the Doppler effect by yourself.
Well, good.
You're
I wouldn't have.
I think you're going into too much of a freak out. We have to believe some stuff.
Yeah.
From humans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. You have to... I don't know any facts other than what I'm told.
Yeah, agreed.
So they can basically tell me anything.
I agree.
And if it doesn't sound completely mental, and if I can kind of believe that, like if I can see it, then the Doppler effect, no reason to disbelieve that. But if you told me the Doppler effect was the opposite of the Doppler effect, that it's quieter when it's deeper.
But no, because you can base it off your observation that the pitch changes. If the pitch didn't change, you'd be like... I
didn't actually notice it when you showed me. I didn't know what you meant.
Yeah, okay, fine.
There's no any fact I'd accept.
Yeah.
So I conform to any belief in any fact because they've told me that it's true.
Yeah.
In terms of the kind of more moral side of things, it's much more of a kind of broad judgment of, is this horrible? And like, do I believe this? Do I believe that? Maybe if everyone kind of made convincing points about one side, it's very possible that I'd probably, if it was my best friends and my parents and my kind of community and my teachers, and we're all like, look, this is the case for X, Y, Z. I might be like, yeah, maybe it is. So I'm terrified of my lack of opinions.
Do you think you'd ever be in a cult?
I think I'm concerned that I'm quite easily persuaded.
I think both of us would quite willingly go to a cult.
I'm not ruling out.
I think
it all goes wrong for me.
I think I'd accidentally end up in a cult and you'd already be there like making the stew for everyone.
What I'm quite worried about is that down the line, it all goes wrong for me. I get fired by every job.
Yeah.
And I'm in my house and then some Jehovah's Witnesses come over and they just try it and they catch me at a bad time and I just convert. Like I could see myself
becoming religious.
I might convert to Islam. I might convert to any of them.
Yeah.
It could easily happen for me if they catch me at a bad time.
Getting choked up talking about it.
If it could easily happen.
Yeah, but I'm more talking about like, the Heaven's Gate cult when you ended up killing yourself at the end of it. More of an obvious thing. I think, we're also... Yeah, but that's... we're both looking for meaning. Again, we're both looking for meaning.
They might catch me at a bad time. There might be a girl that I really like and she tells me about this cult and I'm like, yeah, all right.
Well, we'll give it a shot, won't we?
I'm not doing anything on Tuesday.
I mean, at uni, I was kind of, ended up in this group that's much more like, not far off hippies. We're touching the grass, I'm going out wearing bondage gear.
Doing butt stuff.
doing butt stuff. It's the classic tale of finding yourself at uni. But there's, you know, the
But is it the uni version
more
where you're wearing like
spirit-
tie-dye and like
No, in the more spiritual sense.
sharing meal deals?
Oh, it's like acid and meditation. It's not, and
proper.
you know, darker clubbing as well. And I'm
Yeah.
going out wearing bondage gear and this stuff. And then part of that is like, well, this is me. This is a part of me.
Yeah.
And I think there's that lives within me where it's like, oh, I'm not the most straight man, not in sexuality.
No,
but in
down the
terms
line.
of down the line.
I got told I was queer today, but without all the gay stuff.
Who called you that?
Person on the train.
Did you know them?
No.
What happened? What were you doing for that?
I was really hot and wriggling around in my chair and moved a lot, like moved 3 times.
Where was that person?
Next to me.
So you were sitting next to a stranger and you kept moving chairs.
But I had to sit next to Pete, to sit next to somebody I was working with, and then I was moving back, and then
What happened?
You said you're being queer.
And that was the only thing he said to you for the whole journey.
Yeah.
So now we've heard Charlie and I's thoughts on conformity. Now it's time to hear from some of the greatest minds that have ever been and what their thoughts are on conformity. And as ever, I'll kick us off with a few quotes for you to react to, Charles, and see what you bloody think about them. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. That's by Mark Twain. Now that's an interesting one. In many ways, I think it's time to pause and reflect. He's not saying you're wrong, but for instance, with our pedo...
Am I right?
Am I right? But so, you know, the majority say paedophilia is a bad thing. I'm going to pause and reflect and go, it is a bad thing.
And the pedo should just crack on.
The opposite of the pedo's cracking on, Charlie.
Well, no, but if you're...
The pedo shouldn't crack on.
Well, they're in the minority.
What?
If you're in the minority, you can infer from that you can just... You're beyond help.
If you're in the majority of thought,
Yeah.
you should stop and reflect, right? So I suppose that he's tacitly saying that if you're in the minority, crack on with it, which is what I'm using paedophilia as maybe a counterexample to that, because the majority think paedophilia is bad, the minority will be pedos, and at that point, you shouldn't crack on.
No, you
We've
shouldn't.
stopped and reflected and think, actually, the majority's right with that.
Yeah, they are. But the pedos disagree with that.
Yeah, they do. What's your point with that?
That we it's on us to stop the paedophiles, not the pedos.
Sure. What do you think about the quote?
I guess I agree with the quote, because otherwise you might just be in a massive, terrifying army of people. The Nazis might happen.
Yep.
You might end up just being in the big mob.
Yep.
The Nazi mob.
Yeah, it's time to stop and reflect.
Yeah.
At that point,
Are we doing the right thing?
Are we doing the right
Is the Death
thing?
Star okay?
Because of the importance and the influence of conformity in big groups that can make us do terrible things, now it's time to stop and think, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but the
Are we the
consequences... Exactly. The consequences of stopping and thinking, though, might be, yeah, this is the right thing. E.g., paedophilia is a bad thing. I've stopped and reflected on it. Most people think it. I think it as well.
Yeah. Is there any example where that wouldn't apply?
I think the paedophile example I've been using.
No, where,
We shouldn't stop and reflect.
we shouldn't stop and reflect.
I don't think...
We're all thirsty.
And if we stop and reflect, we won't get water quick enough.
Yeah.
That is the only incredibly rare example that it applies, Charlie. Well done.
Well, it comes back to thirst. Thirst is a kind of quite a nice anchor for this topic of conformity.
I think it's a vital anchor
It's
for this topic.
incredible how important it is.
And
actually.
it's mad how many conversations that have gone before about conformity that haven't talked about the important issue of thirst.
Or hunger. To be
Or
honest.
hunger.
Or going to bed.
Or needing a wee.
You might overthink. And die of thirst.
So I think your response, your
Am
parable...
I thirsty? Aren't I thirsty?
Your parable response to Mark Twain is, what if we're all in the desert and we're all really thirsty and we see a source of water just up ahead, but we're dying of thirst, right? And we all go in there, we're all running towards the water, and then we're there because we've read Mark Twain's quote. We look around us and everyone's running for this water, and we go, what did Mark tell us? Stop and reflect. So we stop and reflect of whether we're actually doing the right thing by running to the source of water, but in that time, because we're so thirsty, we drop dead.
Yeah.
So basically that works unless there is an incredibly immediate life-threatening situation.
Yes.
It's so niche that it's almost worth not mentioning.
If you stop and reflect in an emergency, for example,
A bomb's going, a bomb scare.
There's a big fire.
Yes.
There's a massive fire.
We're in the towers of 9/11.
Right.
We're running down the stairs. Everyone else is running down the stairs.
Hang on. There's loads of us.
Am I doing the right thing?
One of us has already left.
Yep.
So we are the majority. We're not everyone.
Yeah.
One has gone. The minority's already called it.
But there doesn't even have to be a minority. It could be everyone.
Right.
Everyone's running down the stairs. We stop and reflect. We die.
Hang on. Why are we running? Why don't we stay here?
Yeah.
You know?
Let's think about that for a moment. Why am I? I'm an individual.
You perished.
I'm dead now.
You perished.
I'm dead now. So what we respond to Mark is thank you.
In any other,
but you're living quite a charmed life, Mark Twain.
Exactly.
You're not thinking about these very rare life and death situations.
Yes.
That almost aren't relevant to bring in to a philosophical quote about
if you're
life.
in any instance other than in any sort of philosophical or moral sense.
Yes,
we agree.
We agree.
But if you're thirsty, hungry, or in immediate physical danger,
yep,
like fires or bombs,
something's gone wrong with the train. You're in a lift.
Yeah,
the lift's stuck. There's nowhere to go to the toilet. You get out the lift and everyone in the lift is running towards the toilet because they need the toilet. You stop and reflect. What happens? You wee yourself.
Yes.
So any sense of immediate situation that you need to remedy, I think
Don't stop. Just go and do it.
Mark's been very careless about leaving that out. So what we're saying is that we've got that quote, but what it should end with, unless you really need something.
Like a wee.
Like a wee.
Or a drink.
Or a drink. Or not to burn.
Or not to burn.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. Sigmund Freud. The masses have never thirsted after truth. They demand illusions and cannot do without them. We tell ourselves lies in order to construct who we are as people and what we think the world is.
Yeah, because the truth is often quite boring.
Yeah. Boring, is it?
I would say.
Yeah, or like scary.
Boring.
Boring.
It's much more fun. That's why we have stories and stuff, because otherwise it would just be like, I got up.
Yeah.
I was thirsty.
I would imagine...
I forgot my water.
I was imagining you thinking about darker or at least more deep truths than what you did that day.
No, that's what he means.
That's what he means, right.
I would say, yeah, they demand illusion. So what is that?
Yeah.
Is that they want kind of theatre?
Meaning in life.
You know, that sunset meant that we should snog.
Yeah, kind of.
Sort of?
Kind of?
Ascribing meaning to stuff.
Yeah, what we are, well, like it's like the idea that we all
superstition
kind of inherently think that we're all special, when we just can't all be special.
No.
It doesn't work.
Also, it's fun. You know, when I feel most imagine myself as this kind of special main character,
yeah,
is when I'm having headphones on when I'm cycling.
Yeah.
You think you're Jason Bourne.
Yeah. Well,
you're not.
Well, if you got music on in the background, it's that kind of emotional swell of something that kind of puts something on you.
Yeah.
I am important.
It would be nicer if we could. I would take permanently living in the real world over the illusion thing, because often I think the illusions are quite horrible.
What kind of illusions?
Just imagining like nasty situations that people are like thinking or saying.
What like what?
just nasty narratives.
We'll leave it at that. This is by Rollo May. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it's conformity.
Worth.
Because
cowardice is not... Wait, the opposite of courage?
The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it's conformity.
Yeah, I think it's the same idea as the kind of complicity, silence is violence vibes. Because if you don't stand for anything, at least the cowards stand for something. They stand for this is fucking terrifying. The conformists who don't stand for anything, they just sort of believe what they're told.
But conformists not necessarily... Yeah, okay, it's interesting.
Courage, cowardice, conformists.
But we were talking about people standing for stuff in a conforming manner earlier as well.
That means they don't really stand for anything, though.
Okay, fine.
Do you not think?
But
they don't really stand for it. They stand for what they're told.
Yeah.
So it's not really...
This is actually quite a confusing one.
Yeah, it is. Courage, listen, I'll break down Ruth's point.
Please break down Ruth.
Courage... Obviously, they're at the top. They're brave.
I meant the whole topic, by the way, but go on.
What?
Conformity. The one we're talking about.
You meant the whole topic?
Yeah, that's quite a confusing one.
What do you mean?
It's quite a confusing one.
Yeah.
We're getting into a lot of thought crises here. I think this is coming across as two men who are fucking terrified of what's going on, really.
Yeah, we are. But we do care.
We do care.
That's the thing you need to understand. We just are vulnerably sharing the fact that we don't fucking know mainly what's going on. But we're trying to find out. We do listen to the news. We're not just permanently on like fucking mini clip. Are we, Andrew?
No.
We're not.
You know what I think this is? What is happening right now?
No.
It's two drastic overthinkers trying to do a podcast about thinking.
Yeah, which is putting us in some tricky corners.
It's putting us in some tricky corners because we're both going to go into this infinite regression where we both end up scared and hugging each other in the corner.
But it's good because I'm dragging you in and I'm already mostly in.
And I think maybe I am. I think maybe I am. This has been. I think this is just a mental crisis on a podcast. Is what's happening.
But listen, are you in charge of my fucking good point?
I am terribly sorry.
The cowards, at least they're cowards. They're admitting it.
Yeah.
They're fucking
Are
pussies.
they admitting it?
And in the case of this argument, I think they are. They're pussies. They got no idea what's going on.
But in some sense, to be conformist is being a coward. But then he's
That's
saying,
what
but
I'm
that's
saying.
all right.
The conformists,
Titting
the
out.
conformists are the true cowards because they just believe it's more pathetic. You know, that's why a politician that's awful, but at least they admit it.
Yeah.
Is less odious than a kind of smarmy cunt than a smarmy one who pretends that they believe something but really quite clearly doesn't.
Yeah.
If your beliefs are visible and we can see that you're a nasty, nasty man, it's better than the kind of the man who is pretending to be lovely but actually is full of nothing.
I like it. We'll take it. The Stanford Prison Experiment. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Philip Zimbardo, I think. Philip? That sounds weird now I've said it, but I'm pretty sure it is. Zimbardo, Stanford in like the 80s or something, I don't know, he took like a group of 14. I am now just making things up. I realise I should have probably written it down.
Let's go.
I think 14 kids, college students at Stanford, and then put them in this kind of simulated prison scenario. Half of them were going to be...
What did they think they were doing?
They were taking part in a psychological study.
For money.
Yeah, they would have been paid.
It's like the free mushroom studies that you get paid for.
Free mushroom?
You get paid to do like medical studies.
Yeah. It's a paid medical study.
It's a bit mad that though. It's like when you get paid to be given the flu. Have you ever heard about this?
Flu camp.
I wouldn't do that.
My friends have done it.
Grim.
Yeah.
It
kind of. It's pretty good money. If you've got nothing to do.
I think the idea of getting paid to get ill is just quite scary.
It is scary. It's a thing that students will do.
Quite dystopian.
Kind of, but that's how you. Yeah, no, it makes sense. You've got to do some medical research at times, and that seems like a fairly fine one to do.
That feels scary to me.
It's a bit spooky, yeah. It's bit
giving me the creeps.
So he gets this group of 14 college students in to assess the effects, the effects of roles and conformity based on those roles. Essentially, right, yeah, right, okay. So he establishes half of them as prison guards. You stop.
Yeah.
So he establishes half of them as prison guards and half of them as prisoners.
Right.
Essentially, and they would live in there. They would take on the roles of them. So the prisoners would be prisoners, and then the prison guards would be in charge.
You surprise me.
In charge of what they do.
I wouldn't like to be a prisoner. I'd like to be the guard.
Well, I actually think it was better to be the prisoner in the long run, because basically what happens is the prison guards just started abusing them, doing horrible things to them. They both, it's mostly to do about the prison guards, because they would take on the role of power that they got, that they received from their role, and they would just misuse it. Because they slip straight into the conformist role of, I've got power.
Yeah, and you've got that power.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I could easily see myself
being horrible.
Yeah, who the fuck am I again?
I actually think that's wrong. I really don't see myself being horrible in any way, and I think you're similar.
How do you know you wouldn't have made them kind of do a roly-poly at least?
I don't, but I honestly don't think I would have. That's the one, like, I've said in many, I don't know if I'd be a Nazi.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be doing any, like,
I really don't
savage kind of... I mean, 7 days is a very quick time for them to immediately start abusing their power.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure after day 6 that I wouldn't necessarily have
You would have
made
been as
someone
bad
do a
as the
roly-poly.
others. Yeah.
I might have done something.
No, I'm saying I don't know. I don't know, and I think it's stupid
I don't know
if you
either.
say.
I'm not saying
but
I know
you're saying
for sure.
You think you would be one of the worst prison guards there.
No, I'm saying I would. I can't rule out the fact that I would have been an absolutely perfect guard. How do I know I would have been an absolutely perfect guard?
Agreed.
I could easily have done some kind of weird trolling or kind of,
what would you have made them do?
Lord it on them, make them do roly-polies.
Yeah, because you came out of that quite quickly, which sounds like you want to make people do
probably
roly-polies.
make them sort of spread rumours about each other.
Well, how does that work?
He said that your pajamas look odd.
Oh, so you spread rumours yourself? Yeah.
No,
you're not go and tell that person that. Yeah.
I'm manufacturing it from my own
mouth. What kind of rumours? Sorry,
he doesn't like your pajamas.
But they're wearing the same pajamas.
So
confusing.
Pit them against each other, they get annoyed.
Yep. We wearing the same pajamas. How could you say that?
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
We're the same. What do you mean?
This weird guard just made that up.
Yeah, that I probably kind of make little, give them weird, do stuff to their food.
What? Do what to their food?
Urinate.
Piss in their food?
Urinate.
Christ, that's, up there with what they were doing, really. I think you'd slip right into this.
No, okay, fine. Roly-polies. spreading rumors, doing some mad shrieking. Maybe go in there as an undercover.
Shrieking?
Go in there as an undercover con.
Yeah,
and then
a group of 7, and they've already seen your face.
And then reveal myself, and then punish them as a guard. But nothing like, I don't think I'd do any like nasty kind of bayonet physical violence. I would just be.
They didn't have bayonets.
I'd be kind of creating my own circus.
This wasn't done in the 1700s, by the way.
Right, fine. I wouldn't have been an awful guard where I'm doing horrible sexual violence. I don't even know what they did. Was it sexual? Any of the violence?
It was humiliation.
They probably got off on it a tiny bit. I wouldn't be doing that, but I would. Potentially by day 6, making them do a few roly-polies or like a kind of human triangle. Yeah. I'd essentially be
a human triangle. That's weird because this was at the same time as Abu Ghraib, where they literally did put them in a human pyramid. A lot of the stuff you're saying actually happened, which is fucking terrifying. You're like, off the top of my head, I do this, and this, and like, yep, that's exactly what they did. Abu Ghraib is like a thing. It was a prisoner of war, basically, camp in the Iraq war, and then they treated the prisoners horribly in there, essentially. Right. One of which was making them naked and putting them in a human pyramid.
Why would they do that?
Well, why did you just think of doing that?
Well, I just think you like fun kind of
team
building exercises.
You're saying everything that they did. Team building exercise.
I don't know, just like fun little sort of.
It's not fun.
Circus stuff.
Yeah, I like tightrope.
I'd make them do that sort of thing. I'd entertain myself by making them do stuff.
You're being a bit too good at this. What you're saying is a little bit too on the nose about what has genuinely happened.
I'm being vulnerable and admitting my own capacity for evil.
There is a level of vulnerability and genuine, there's something evil about this guy. I don't know, I'd make them, perform for me. I'd probably strip them naked, put them in a pyramid, put bags over their heads, make him eat piss, make him suck each other off.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, you wouldn't do that.
None of the sexy stuff.
No.
I'd like to be making them do roly-polies.
Yeah.
And eventually bonding with them. And then there'd be a kind of...
you're not going to bond with them.
What's it called, that thing?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, they get a Stockholm Syndrome with me. They'd be obsessed with me by the end. And I'd be like, guys, we've disbanded the experiment. You need to go
one of the
home.
darkest things you've ever said.
You need to go home.
Yeah.
But you're obsessed with
You're going to make them do roly-polies, do some sort of weird undercover op with them and punish them in the corner, piss in their food.
I'd take that back.
In order to make them love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're obsessed with me, and I'm like, the experiment's over. We've got to. I'm going.
I think you've gone too vulnerable there.
Okay.
Quite enough on that one. Am I right, gang? Jesus Christ.
This guy's a fucking freak.
This guy's mad. So another interesting experiment that happened is called the Smoke-Filled Room Experiment, which happened in 1968 by Bob Latanya and John Darley. So Bib Latanya, easy on the cheese, their goal was to study bystander apathy and group influence on emergency behaviour. So the setup is that a participant filled out forms in a room that gradually filled with smoke. There was somewhere they did it alone, and there was like a smoke. They would be asked to fill out nonsense forms, and there'll be smoke seeping into the room. Out of the individual, when they were just in there by themselves, 75% reported smoke. But when they were in a room with more actors who were pretending not to notice the smoke, only 10% reported smoke.
Yeah, because you don't want to look lame.
You don't want to look lame.
There's not smoke in here. I don't care if there was.
I'd rather die than look lame.
Yeah, me too.
I don't
want to look uncool.
I'd perish on the fucking floor.
I'd burn to death short before I look lame.
Who wants to be the one to raise the alarm?
Not me.
Fucking neat.
The alarm is nerdy in itself.
Right, so we've heard from some of the greatest thinkers that have ever existed. Now it's time to hear for some even greater thinkers that exist. That's from our Patreons.
Yeah.
As ever, you can join our Patreon and get access to a new episode every week, as well as a ad-free episode and access to the topic thread where you might just get the chance to get something read out.
And a brand new jumper.
No jumpers. So this one's from Andy. I think Andy's a repeat offender. This guy knows what he's doing. Andy's becoming a bit of a
question grando. A Questione Grando.
Andy's officially our Question Grando, and if you would like to be the new Question Grando, then join the Patreon and ask some good questions.
Andy is very inquisitive, and we are very much enjoying it, aren't we?
Question Grando, indeed. Andy, it might be a different Andy, in fairness.
It's the Andy.
It's the Andy. Andy always...
We know.
Is that like Andy. A title? Question Grando Andy? I heard that all aesthetic conformity is ultimately us trying to signal moral conformity. By wearing or saying similar stuff to you, I can imply I won't be a pedo or that I'd shit on your bathroom flay. Andy is on a different level. He's asking questions while subtly digging at both of us there.
Wait, what?
Oh, you missed the dig at you.
He said I was a paedophile.
Well, he's bringing up stuff that we've said. Andy really is the question grando.
Well, but I'm not a nonce. You actually have pooed on the floor.
Yeah. By wearing or saying similar stuff to you, I can imply I won't be a pedo or that I'd shit on your bathroom floor. What are your thoughts on this moral shortcut our brains sometimes take?
Well, who's Andy been talking to for a start?
Yeah. How do you know all this?
How do you know, Andy?
How do you know?
Yeah, I guess it's a bit of a slippery slope, though.
Brilliant. Yeah, here we go.
Because where does it end?
What? Where does what end? What is it?
Because, we shouldn't have to signal fucking... What is the logical end point of that?
No, he's not saying it's a
tank
good
top which says,
thing.
I'm not a pedo and I poo in the loo.
Tank top, I'm not a pedo. Will you give that to everyone in the Patreon?
We're not pedos. We're the non... Yeah, that is genuinely... That does come free with the Patreon. You get a tank top which says, I'm not a pedo.
It doesn't come free.
I'm funding it as a private venture and you will get one for free.
Okay.
Is he saying, should we have that? Or is it... What's his question?
No, he's asking your thoughts on it.
I think that's a slippery slope, Andy.
What's the slippery slope?
The idea that we have clothes which signal our
No.
morals.
He's not saying that should happen. He's saying it's an interesting thing that it might happen.
No, I don't want it to happen.
Okay.
Because it'll end up with everyone wearing a tank top which says, I'm not a pedo. And I don't
No,
think...
it won't. I'm done. No, it won't. It won't mean that. Change what you're thinking about it. It won't mean that everyone would eventually wear a tank top saying, I'm not a pedo. It doesn't mean that.
What does it mean then?
I have done you.
What does it mean?
So let's talk about the point. Isn't it? It's kind of interesting that maybe we've been talking about fashion a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea that our aesthetic conformity can signal moral agreement with each other?
I agree. I think that can apply, definitely.
Right.
But it's strange that it's kind
but
of...
you don't want it to go too
Is
far.
it a nature or nurture thing?
It's probably a nurture thing.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
They're like...
Because...
they feel a bit bad about themselves. They dress like shit. Maybe.
Are we talking about pedos? Why pedos dress like shit? I'm not. No, because pedos. Again, yeah, you're right. You're bang on. Pedos don't get together and say, "Let's dress like pedophiles." Pedos are actually trying to not look like pedos. In my experience isn't that much with pedophiles, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But we've also spoken a lot about how they're teachers, and how they're piano teachers. So they'll dress like teachers do to fit in order so then they can wreak their malevolent ways.
Yes.
But the idea that we dress, we all dress similar.
Yeah.
We do all dress similar, and that's a state of I guess I'm signaling that I'm not a freak. I don't believe in horrible dark things.
Yeah, but you don't have like people dressing up like fucking vampires or like you don't have.
I've noticed that you take things so literally. You take it's always bang on the nose of you. It's interesting. You have a fascinating way of doing things because you've looked at this from the other way and you go, yeah, but pedos don't purposely dress like pedos, and we don't have vampires who dress like vampires. No, it's not necessary. It's not about the other side. It's about this side. But often people
what is this
like
side?
nutbags. But it's kind of fair that nutbags, like proper nutbags, are walking around mostly.
They're not trying to signify anything.
They're not trying to.
Nutbags.
It's the opposite. We're trying to signify that we're not nutbags. It's
by
not that
dressing
nutbags,
normal.
Yes. It's not that nutbags are dressing like nutbags on purpose.
The house. Yeah, I do leave the house thinking like, do I look sane here? Can I go? Can I go to the shop and have not be accosted or stopped?
Yeah,
I don't think it's a particularly kind of why is that an interesting point?
You're speaking to our questiono.
No, I'm confused.
Persona.
I'm confused, Andy.
Question grando.
So it's just like to kind of connect with each other. We dress in a way that we can mutually understand, and therefore we know that we're not a kind of weird, terrifying threat.
Yeah, maybe we conform to fashion ideals in order to not signify that we're separate and deviant. Harm. Yeah. That's an interesting take on it.
Yes.
Because when we really think about it, why do we dress similar and why are we scared to sometimes dress differently? I think maybe dressing a bit differently, you're scared about being called a medieval peasant. But then if you go really why
that guy's a freak.
Do you really want to be dressed in jeans or t-shirt, or do you want to maybe put on a clown outfit and run around for a bit when we've lost our childhood?
Comfier.
Well, comfier, yeah, but that's not just fashion, as we discussed. It's more than just comfy.
Yeah.
So there is, maybe that's right.
Yeah, if you want to.
Do you think that's right? Is the question.
I do think that's. Do I think that's happening?
Would you dress similar so you don't appear that you might be a moral deviant?
It's more that I do. It's more the negative inverse of that, where I don't dress like a moral deviant in order that people feel normal around me. I don't go to the pub dressed like
A
Dracula.
pigeon.
A pigeon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to the pub dressed like a pigeon.
Yeah.
Because I would like people to chat to me in a normal way.
Yeah.
And get to know me.
And that shows,
and hopefully give me a chance.
and in that way, that shows that you share a culture of ideas or morals.
Yeah, I also don't have any pigeon outfit.
You can access one.
Could get one.
You can access one.
So I guess I do dress normally as a basic minimum requirement way of people giving me a chance.
So isn't that interesting, though, the idea that maybe when I see someone that's dressed similar to me, my brain shortcuts and goes... Well, I
trust this person.
I trust this person.
Yeah.
But then,
But then there's a whole don't judge a book by its cover. You might be missing the love of your life. And
You
she's
probably
walking
are.
past in a fucking dressing gown and a pigeon head.
Yeah. Again, I'd be skeptical if that was the love of my life, though, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
We focus on the intention of the outfit for the non-nutters because the nutters aren't intentionally wearing anything.
They're just being nutters.
It's quite fortunate
But they're doing
that
this
they're
effortlessly.
even wearing clothes full stop.
They're doing this method effortlessly.
No, they're doing the opposite. Because they don't. Because it's fortunate they're even wearing
we're
clothing.
doing this method. They're what we're trying to avoid.
Yeah, because they don't care at all about what they're wearing. They're going around in a nappy and a fly-infested vest.
Yeah,
because that's the nearest thing
so
that
what
they
would we
could have
wear if
on.
we weren't trying to do? If really we didn't care about any fashion or trying to communicate or bond with anyone, would we just go around in kind of like onesies?
Yeah, onesies or like tracksuits. I think onesies probably.
Or a ball. You know those Zorb
Ball?
with Zorb.
Because that's comfy and practical. Zorb balls. We'd go around in Zorb balls. When I say to you, Charlie, what's the comfiest outfit? What comes to your mind is Zorbs.
Zorbal.
Yes, a Zorbal.
Zorbal dressing gown or onesies.
Zorbal dressing gown or onesies. Combine them.
So what's our thoughts?
Our thoughts are, yeah, that's an interesting take on fashion conformity.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a sad one.
It's devastating.
It's devastating because, as you say, the love of your life could be walking by in a pigeon outfit, but you don't see that.
Because you're too busy trying to find the normies.
Yeah, and the shortcut that our brain takes is a sad shortcut because it means that we're immediately consigning difference into madness.
Yeah.
Or into at least not the same as I am.
So the truth is you should broaden your horizons and don't judge a book by its cover.
Don't juggle a book by its cover.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Broaden your horizons and don't juggle a book by its cover. Now it's time for us to wrap up this wonderful episode with Charlie and I's different pieces of writing or whatever they're now
That's
called.
exactly what it is.
It's exactly what it is. I've accidentally hit the nail on the head.
Klaus Wunderbar.
I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So this is Andrew and Charlie's piece. This is my piece.
But I am part of this.
Charlie's part of this is another script.
This is great.
This is about the dangers of conformity.
And modern capitalism.
And modern capitalism. Thank you. I wanted them to find that out themselves.
Oh, sorry. Show, don't tell.
Yeah, exactly. So this is called Conformity. Hey, Charlie, let's go down to the creek by Old Man Jameson's place and skim some rocks and talk about our feelings.
No, I'd prefer to stay here and smoke all these cigarettes and drink all this alcohol. And if you don't want to do that too, then you're not cool and I don't want to hang out with you.
Hey, I am cool, and being cool is being true to yourself and saying no to peer pressure. Smoking isn't cool, being yourself is.
Being cool is wanting to die. I want to die. I don't want to be cool. And so should you.
Hey, it's okay if you want to talk about that with a friend like me. Why don't we go down to the Old Man Jameson's place and skin some rocks and talk about those feelings?
You're right. I don't need this alcohol and these cigarettes to be who I am. I am who I am because of my friends.
Thank you, Charlie.
No. Thank you, Andrew.
Now, that was a powerful message about what can happen and what kids should say to the wrong influences in life. Conformity is a very dangerous beast that we're all going to have to tackle at some point. But some of the biggest people that are affected by this are children. Children are learning themselves, and there's a big old chaos in there because you're with other people who are also learning themselves, and who are you going to be?
Right. It does feel like you've written that for a kind of 6 to 8 year old.
That was the point, yeah.
Oh, was it?
That was
it's a children's book.
Yeah. It was that gets wheeled out in school when you're about year 3.
Is that like the Of Mice and Men sort of is like part of the curriculum?
I would say it's similar to Mice and Men.
Right.
It's of Mice
very
and Men
good.
ilk. You wheel it out to the year 3, and it's a very on the nose, non-metaphorical.
But it's getting the message across.
Yeah, because I'm talking to children, Charlie.
And they don't,
children.
they don't appreciate nuance.
Yeah. Now they go, actually, maybe I shouldn't smoke and drink. There isn't that many warnings to kids about non-smoking and drinking out there.
No, you're getting ahead of the curve.
I thought I'd do something that is
Getting there nice and early.
both interesting in a entertainment sense, as well as being a gap in the market that has...
For health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get kids to not drink and smoke.
What's your target audience?
As I've just said, it's year 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to show you something that's quite close to my heart. This is my anti-smoking video, just on this topic.
Hello, I'm Charlie Miller. I'm here to talk to you about the dangers of smoking and what happens to you if you do it. Get out, Luke!
Why have you not brought this up?
That's my brother.
You fag.
My brother smoking a cigarette.
This guy's not cool. He smokes and he thinks he's huge. Whereas me, I'm cool.
This is for a biology project.
Smoking. Say yes to life.
So I read that resonates a lot with me. That piece. I used to try and be cool.
It's almost bang on the same piece as I've done.
Yeah.
It's almost as if I'm literally copying your piece that you did at that age.
Well, no, you've taken yours into a more of a kind of fictional narrative, which I think is more kind of enjoyable and creative. Mine's very much biology.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's fucking mad.
My piece. I need you to read, please, the voice of the shopsman. You're Northern, by the way.
Right, okay.
A boy went shop on his way to the morgue. It was cold today, and he felt this was quite fitting, given he was en route morgue. He stuck his head in and grabbed some stuff. Eggs, baccy, sauce. The big 3.
You're right, son.
Said the shopsman. Not really. I'm going morgue.
Morgue, yeah? My condiments.
No, my condiments, returned the boy, clutching his sauce.
No, as in, don't worry. Listen, life's just a big dance. You've got to learn the moves, you know what I mean? It's the eternal conga.
The eternal conga, whispered the boy.
Yeah, try not to worry about the little things. Everything's made up anyway. It's a construct. None of this matters. None of it.
He gestured vaguely at the Roundtree's randoms.
Go with the flow and don't worry about the little things. Stuff goes past its sell-by date. I still sell it. Know what I mean? What's a sell-by date, really?
Okay. Right. Yeah. The boy began to smile.
Think I care about any of these crisps?
He hurled a packet of McCoys at the fridge.
Sure, they're double-ridged. But what's the point? What's wrong with the single ridge?
The shopsman's voice grew louder, and he began to shout now.
Change and pain is inevitable. You've got to make it past. You've got to make the best of the hand you're dealt. People die, sure, but others get born. A part of you will have to die to truly change. Change! Change!
He opened the till and started throwing coins.
Change! 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 Change!
The boy smiled politely as 20p's hit him on the... the boy smiled politely as 20p's hit him on the ground as the wise shopman ran over to the fridge and started headbutting all his fizzy drinks.
Nothing's real! Live your life!
He cheered. What a time, the boy thought. This is mental. This is the eternal conga. That's great.
No, I like that one.
Thank you very much for putting so much into that. Yeah, so what did you take from that piece?
To be honest, it's hard. It's hard to take it in when you're doing such a magical performance of the shopkeeper.
Yes.
But what was it to do with conformity?
It was to do with like going with the flow and not following the herd. So go with the flow.
What's interesting about our pieces is that recently I haven't had enough time to write them, so mine couldn't be more on the nose for like a child's brain. Exactly what they're doing, and you haven't had time to write them either. But you're just bringing up old shit you've written that is very vaguely to do about it. So our 2 pieces are either unbelievably bang on, if it's like a literal "this is what it is," or it's got basically nothing to do with it.
No,
and a vague idea.
No, you must understand.
I must
go with the flow.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the little things. Live your life. That guy's telling the shopsman has obviously been through it.
Yeah.
He now works in the shop. He doesn't really give much of a shit about. He doesn't really care for his products, his produce. He doesn't care about the crisps. He doesn't care really about any of it, including the kind of microwavable goods. But he does like this kid, and he wants him to not make the same mistakes that he did. So he's telling him to go and live his life, do his own thing, start a business, or do a course.
None of this matters. I don't even care about the crisps.
I don't even care about my my McCoys.
Yep. And you should go out and find something that you care about. Deeply. Don't conform to the crisps.
No.
The cheese,
the
ham.
Go and find a passion or learn a trade.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very, very to do with conformity.
Don't follow
the herd, or you end up like the angry shopsman.
In the shop, yeah.
I guess the shopsman is potentially the kind of end point of just being a conformist.
If you literally work in a shop.
Well, let's not, I think you're doing people who work in shops quite dirty.
No,
here.
but
you literally work in a shop, mate. Shut up, mate. You literally work in a shop.
It's like, all you're doing is flogging. I get to be honest. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna kill that one.
No, you're not.
Yeah, the shopsman is the logical endpoint of being a conformist.
Yeah.
You just do as you're told until eventually you
don't end up as a right. So the two pieces together is if you're too much of a conformist, you'll end up smoking yourself to death, or you'll end up an angry shopman who throws coins at children.
To inspire them, yeah.
To inspire them.
And stop them from having a bad time at the mall.
Yeah, because the shopsman is not a 2D character.
He's 3D.
He's 3D, maybe even 4.
Why would he be 2D?
Because if he was 2D, it would be very much like he's just a guy who's conformed too much. He works in this shop and that's all he cares about. But the 3D aspect to them is that he doesn't want the kid to have the same life as him.
Yeah.
So at least, there's some layers to him. He's not just shopsman. He's shopsman with a heartman.
Yeah, he's a shopsman with a heartman.
He's a shopsman with a man's heart. So what have you learned today?
I've learned that I should try and think. I should not believe everything I'm told, and that.
But haven't we also realised that that's kind of impossible?
We have realised it's kind of impossible. I think what I've learned really is that all you can really know is what you think at that time. So all you can really know is
what does that mean?
All you can really know is that if you think you're thirsty, you are.
You're kind of talking about feelings, I guess, rather than thoughts. I feel that I'm thirsty. I feel that I need a wee. It's not. I don't. That then comes into your thoughts.
Yeah.
But I guess you can only trust what you feel.
You can only trust what you feel, and you can't really. Ultimately, as it stands, I will believe what I'm told if the majority are saying it.
It's maybe the least inspiring end to a podcast that's ever happened. I only trust if I'm thirsty. And anything other than that, if someone tells me it, I'll probably believe them.
I'm concerned. I still remain concerned, basically, that I don't really have any opinions on stuff other than what I immediately know to be true, which is that I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
I need to wash, and I'm really, really tired.
Yeah, I think neither of us have learned anything for this one because we've both had a similar way of thinking about this.
But the point we're trying to make,
because I don't want to be joined on with you again here.
Oh, you don't?
I do, and I don't. But let me make my one, then we'll join them.
Right.
But I think we've both not learned anything. We've both just kind of vaguely listed off some of the insecurities and fears we have.
Yeah.
But I'd say for your one, I agree to a point.
Where'd you get off?
That I get off. I'm hopping off the bus because I'm going further in saying that having true beliefs and true opinions on most things in this world aren't necessarily as attainable as most people might think that they are. And that is kind of an impossible pursuit in some ways. But the thing that I'm trying to tell myself is you got to just stop overthinking all that stuff.
And at some point you have to believe something.
At some point you've got to go, this is rational and it makes sense, so therefore I should believe it, rather than go into an infinite regression.
No, I know. I agree. Otherwise you're just fucked.
But that's kind of your... I guess that's
the
your...
but for me is that whatever I accept to be true could change in an instant if everybody else started believing that the other thing was true.
Exactly.
Such as the moon was made by hand or that the ants did it.
The ants did it. So I think this has been a very bleak one.
Well, no, there's a message of hope.
What's the message of hope?
Which is that it's fine to think like this, and if you're worried that you've got no opinions, don't worry, you're not alone. we don't have any either.
If you worry that maybe people are way more opinionated than you can be opinionated, but you can have doubt about those opinions.
And don't pretend to have opinions where you don't have them.
Yeah, and everyone should have a bit of doubt about their opinions.
Yeah.
That's kind of it, I'd say. See you guys next week. Subscribe to the Patreon, like and subscribe.
Win yourself a hoodie.
Win yourself a big old bag of sweets. Like and subscribe.
at the very least.
At the very least, just do that.
And if you really want to jump it, message one of us.
Yeah. Love you, Charlie.
Love you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Henry and Charlie investigate. They're gonna find the truth and tell you straight. They're exploring themselves and the universe. Andrew's spoiled, Charlie's even worse. The meaning of life, they're gonna find out. So sit back and listen, you big trout. That's enough from me anyway. What the bloody hell? They're investigating today.